Welcome back, everybody. This is Glockman4519, and welcome back to another overview. This overview is of XOSP, and I am running the XOSP or the Xperia launcher on this. If you guys are not familiar with XOSP, um, it's basically a CM-based ROM that has just been totally revamped to look like the Xperia launcher on a lot of the Xperia phones, the Sony phones, and it's just a totally different experience. You guys ought to give it a try. It's got a big following for this ROM. I'm one of the fans of it. Of course, you guys know me. I love pretty much all ROMs as long as they're a little custom to them. I like them. I'm not a stock ROM lover, but I do love anything that has any kind of mods. It's a little different, and this one is definitely different. Um, the way it's set up, those are the apps basically that it comes with. Now, these are the apps that I downloaded, so those are my apps. But the first page kind of gives you the apps that it is downloaded with, which actually comes. A lot of these you have to flash the XOSP apps, and they are version. Well, I don't want. I'm gonna screw it up if I just blurt it out. So let's go ahead and go into About Phone, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. This is XOSP for the Nexus 6, Android version 6.0.1. This is RL6. All the security updates are up to date. Everything is working great on this. The I think it's 6.3 is the version. I'm still trying to look. I probably missed it. It's probably right up here at the top, and I'm missing it. Yeah, right there. At the very top, mod version XOSP 6.3 Final Marshmallow Official. This is going to be their last build. Again, like I said, they are headed to Nougat. They're onward and upward. So I wanted to get this out. I was going to put one out a couple weeks ago when they were at 6.2, but I did know that they were going to update to this, so I wanted to hold off. I saw that they had already released the updated apps, and they of course wouldn't work on version 6.2. So I said, you know what, we're going to hold off until they get this out, and they did, and it is working beautifully, just like all of their builds do. Um, there's not a lot of customizations that go to this, guys. It's just the the thing you want to remember is if you like CyanogenMod, then basically this is CyanogenMod. But it just has a whole different feel about it. It feels like a different phone just because of all the tweaks that they put into it. And now there are a couple other extra features in it which we're going to get to, but there are no real, like custom features or a custom settings app that you go to. Um, if we go all the way up the top, you're going to see XOSP settings. These are going to be the only custom settings you get. You can run with the XOSP logo. You can choose whether or not you want the super user indicator in the status bar or not. Headset icon. Pick your font size, all that, which is great. Right here, you change that. That changes your clock size. Right now, I think I'm running at 18. If I drop that down to 14, notice how my clock dropped down. I love that. So we're going to go back up to 18. The 3-minute mod does not work with this, guys. It's just the way it is. It's CM based. A lot of CM ROMs, the 3-minute mod has issues with. Anyways, not that it won't work, but you have to have a zip made for it. And even then, sometimes you have issues with it. Just getting that out there. And they've got a pretty cool looking battery. It's not your standard circle or solid icon. It's pretty cool the way it is. So I kind of like it. Of course, you have your date position clock. You can run seconds if you want. Um, I'm trying to think here. Your status bar, traffic monitor. Same affair as all the other CyanogenMod builds out there. If we slide to the right, it's going to give us our screen lock wallpaper, and you can clear the wallpaper if you want. You have your lock screen blur. If you turn that on, you can change that. What I like about this is all these blur settings. If you notice on my drop down, notice that blur effect. You can set that up where it's no blur, or run how I have it, and it's really cool. You can have it clean into the quick settings. It's just great. I love. It's not a lot of customizations, but just enough. As you guys can see, quite a few different blur and transparency settings that you guys can go through. Slide to the right, you're going to get your button personalization. Enable on-screen nav bar. These are your nav bar dimensions if you guys are interested. Basic, 48 dp is what they give you. 42 on the landscape or the width. Your button and layout. This is going to be how you change it. You basically hit edit, physically drag your buttons where you want it. Click save if you're good to go. I'm not going to click save. I'm going to leave it like that. And that's the way we are going to run it. Actually, I'm going to hit the back button. That way nothing changes. Let's see. Show arrow keys while typing. You do have slim dim. If you guys use slim dim, there are your slim dim settings. Double tap to sleep. This is your power menu. Your power menu is basic signage and mod settings. Nothing more, nothing less. Of course, you can end call by hitting power button. Press power button twice for your camera. Wake up device with your volume keys. Basically, the rest of them are all volume key controls. If you guys are into using your volume keys for music, skipping tracks, stuff like that, that's going to be where you do that at. Miscellaneous personalization. This is going to be your system app remover at the very top. Again, guys, if you're going to remove any system apps, please make a backup. That way you don't screw something up, or if you do, you can always go back to your, you can always restore to your backup. You do have tap to wake, tap to sleep, double tap on the lock screen, for to sleep. They do have the accidental wake up button. I have been carrying this around in my pocket pretty much since yesterday, and I have not had an accidental wake, so that's working very good. They do give you the on-the-go mode if you guys use that feature. Then you have the clear all button and the clear all location, and they do give you the 6 different positions to choose from. Then you have your screen and animations. Basically what they're giving you are toast animations. I have mine set up as at default. And then all the way at the bottom is going to be your dashboard settings. If you all use that, I do. I really like those settings. And then last but not least, in the miscellaneous is going to be your charging current. And I like that. I like to know what the current is that my phone is charging at. It works great. I've had no issues with it. Notification drawer personalization. You do have your task manager if you want to run with that. And this ROM does come with time contextual headers. One thing that would have been really cool to see in this, I was kind of hoping, had my fingers crossed for it, but it didn't, was for the CMTE theme engine to take swappable header packs. That would have been cool. But it doesn't, and that's just fine. I'm just glad we can throw different themes on it, like the theme that I'm running now. The theme that I'm running now is not over the top. It just kind of gives it a darker look. At least to me, it kind of matches the the Xperia look and feel, kind of. If you're running a custom a custom ROM on it, but anyways, then let's see. Under the About XOSP, these are your device maintainers. You can share the ROM. This is where you're going to go to put up any bug reports, anything like that. Their Google Plus community, Facebook page, your donation, development, all of that is here. It's a nice little link that you guys can go to learn more about the ROM, to learn more about the ROM developers, the team. They do have that in there. So that's pretty much it for the custom settings. It does come with Viper for Android, Viper FX, and Viper for Android FX is working great. It actually has a great sound to it. Why didn't I set that up? Enable. I'll set that up later. But it does work. I've had no issues with it at all. No stuttering on the on any video or music playback. And then, of course, they have the XOSP Delta. I think there are going to be some Delta builds for this yet. They're just not going to have any more releases. And what that means, guys, a release is a big change. Whenever they work on a bunch of things that they want to throw into the ROM, they incorporate them all at once, and that is called a release. This is their final release, but they may have other deltas whenever they update, like Google sends out any security updates. Well, those are going to be sent out in what they call their XOSP deltas. If you go online or onto the Google page, it will explain how the deltas work. So it's a very easy thing to use, and it's a nice way to get your updates if you guys are into that. Uh, Sound settings. These are your sound settings. Pretty basic. These are your other sound settings. Dial pad. All that. You can basically turn on or off whatever you do not want to hear or what you do want to hear. And then, of course, all the way at the bottom are your vibration controls. Next up would be the display and lights, brightness level, adaptive brightness, live display, all of that. You have your ambient right there. Of course, right up above that is your cast. Expanded desktop. You guys can change your LCD if you want. Again, be very careful with that. You can really screw your phone up if you don't know what you're doing. You get your LCD density off, it will get to the point where you will not be able to access certain things that you have on your phone anymore on your desktop or your screen. This is going to be where you change up your battery lights if you want to change those around, and then of course your notification lights are going to be right here. This is the theme engine. Right now I am running Lobits Dark. This is the theme I'm running. They make a standard Lobit, which is really cool. I like that one too, but I just thought that for this one here, I wanted to run this theme. Excuse me. I really like this theme a lot, especially if I want something to look kind of stock, but just with a little bit of flair. Like for work, I'm trying to be a little more classy. This is the theme that I like to run. The phone's very easy to read. It doesn't screw with any of the settings, and I just like it. So that is what I'm running. As a matter of fact, the fonts and everything are Lobit. These are your notification settings. They're your heads up, do not disturb, and all that is going to be right here. Then we're going to hit the security settings. Pretty basic, nothing more. I don't see anything else that is, out of the ordinary on here. There's the home, that home chooser. That is going to be where you pick the Xperia home launcher or the Google Now launcher if you guys, installed that, or Nova launcher, which is what I installed. I just like Nova launcher. I do like the launcher on this. I kind of like to flip back and forth. I haven't really set up the launcher to be mine yet, and I will over the next couple days. Then, of course, you get status bar settings. This is going to be where you can set up your status bar icons, which ones you want to actually show in the status bar. Then you're going to have your clock settings, right, left, center, or off, hidden, AM, PM. Then, of course, your Xperia style battery text. I like mine, the prototype with the text in the battery. Then you have your brightness control, show notification count, and, of course, your quick pull down. And since this is a CyanogenMod based ROM, you do have your privacy guard, blocked caller list, and your protected apps. I'm trying to think here. I think we're just going to go ahead and hit the developer options. You do have your advanced reboot. You do have the root option right here. You can pick apps, or ADB, or apps and ADB. you have your Android debugging, make sure that you guys have that turned on. Remember, guys, that is going to save your life if you hit a wall. If I'm not mistaken, this does come with the. Let me see here. Alright, no. Well, anyways, underneath the drawing, you're going to find the multi-window mode. Right there it is. And then, of course, all the way at the bottom is going to be your kill app back button, or long press back button timeout, which is going to be basically to kill the last app by long pressing that back button. And that is it, guys. Again, this is XOSP. If you guys don't know anything about it, the launcher setup, these are going to be where you pick and choose your widgets that you want to put on it. They do have a nice set of widgets that you can run. You know, you can throw the clock widget up if you want. Create. Let's go ahead and size it. Come on, size it. Dang it. Yeah, like that. Or we could get rid of that. Go back into the widgets. There, you know, like I said, there are quite a few different clock styles that you can choose from. That's supposed to be the clock and weather widget, and I didn't have any issues with the weather. It came up, although I haven't seen any weather showing anywhere. I'm sure it is working. But I just wanted you guys to see the widget. Now remember, I do have some other apps loaded on this, so you're not going to get all these widgets, obviously. Then you have your wallpapers. There are your XOSP wallpapers right there and there. I kind of like the one that comes flashed with it. That's pretty cool. Although that one looks kind of cool, and that one looks kind of cool. That one right there. Actually, we're going to go ahead and switch to that. Okay, and of course, remember guys, themes don't work, and then these are your settings for your home launcher. I thought they had live wallpapers. Yeah, right here. And I don't know if it comes with any or not. No, it doesn't. Alright. Alright. That is pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. Again, these are the apps that it comes. Whoops, that's not the apps. These are the apps that it comes with right here. If I go to the app drawer, yeah, there's the weather. See, weather is working fine. This is not Washington. I don't know why it's saying that. I actually had this set up where it was working. If I go into the app drawer and pick my weather widget, it's going to show that, you know, I have two locations picked, a couple places that, you know, that I call home. So, but it's working fine. Yeah, but those are the apps that it comes with it. And that's about it. I can't think of anything else I wanted to say about it. It's running smooth. I've had no issues at all. And I say try it, guys. Give it a try. It is a very nice ROM. It's a shame they're not going to have any more updates, but I get it. They're going to Nougat. Onward and upward, I agree, and can't wait. Can't wait to see what they come up with when it hits N. So remember, guys, to hit that like video. And I just want to thank all of my subscribers. And I will see you guys on the next one.